composition of board. I'll let you know that Mr. O.P. Bhatt, ex-chairman of State Bank of India, is our independent director and non-executive chairman on the board of Aadhar. We have Sharmila Karve, another independent director. She has been with PwC over 25 years and she is the chairperson of our committee. And third independent director is Dr. Nivedita Haran. She is the ex-chief secretary of Kerala government and IS officer. So she is on the board. We have three eminent personalities from the Blackstone. Dixit, who is the co-head of Private Equity Asia. Mukesh Mehta is before you, very experienced veteran financial things. And Prateek Rumtra, who is looking after the all operational matter of Aadhar sitting before us. And from the management side, we have a very dynamic MD and CEO, Rishi Anand, who is veteran in housing finance. And I am on the board as executive vice chairman. In addition to the board, we have a very seasoned team on the CXOs. Rajesh Viswanathan, who is before you, he has about 28 years of experience and he has worked with a company like Bajaj Finserv, Bajaj Allianz, and like that company he has served. Then we have, other than Rajesh Viswanathan, we have Anmol Gupta, who is Chief Treasury Officer. He has about 18 years of experience and in 12 years in the housing finance space itself. Then we have a very Neero Shah. We have very established this department in our company. Not from today, from the very beginning we have. And Neero Shah, who is very experienced, 18 years experience, he is now heading the department. Then we have Rajesh Ghosh, data science department, which was created when Blackstone took us over. And Rajesh Ghosh is very well known in that segment. We have company secretary, Mr. Shrikant VN, who has been with the Aadhar from the day one. And recently he has moved as a chief compliance officer, now he is chief compliance officer. And Asada Pathak, who was working under Shankar VN, she has taken over as company secretary. We have a chief business officer, by the time he is sitting here, Anil Nair. Anil Nair has got 25 years of experience in housing finance space. In addition to this, I'll just let you know, it's not a part of presentation, we have very experienced head of department who are with Aadhar for 5 to 10 years. They have grown with the Aadhar. And in addition to our head of departments, we have 15 field business heads. Out of them, 13 are with the company for more than 8 to 10 years. That way the Aadhar has got very established. That is what I want to share with you.
Good afternoon all. Just like to talk about a very important event which the company undertook about 3 to 4 years ago. One of the most important things which Mukesh also touched upon when Blackstone came in, one of the most important strategy was to undertake a complete overhaul of our entire IT system. So we call it a digitization strategy. We had a lot of legacy softwares available in the market, but we decided to go in a very unique way. And to this stage, we are completely unique compared to any other NBFC in the industry. We have a single platform on which we underwrite our loans, right from onboarding a customer, right up to accounting, regulatory reporting, etc. To that extent, it's completely different, but typically in the industry, you will see one software for onboarding, one software for what is called loan origination, and another for accounting. There are a lot of disadvantages of that type of software. I work in those, and so as Rishi, so as Mr. Tripathi. We found, and we partnered one of the biggest, or if not the biggest software developer in India, which is Tata Consultancy Services. This went on board in October 21, and it has been a completely seamless transition. This is a very flexible system, a very malleable system. If I do not like anything, I can always replace it with a third-party software. It also has an ability of talking to, interspersing with any other third-party software like an EPFO software, a TDS software, any other thing can be just with an API can be connected and work well. What has this delivered? This has delivered twofold benefits to the company. One, the overall productivity of my friends sitting over here and their teams have improved because the productivity is measured in terms of what TAT I can give to the ultimate customer. The ultimate customer TAT has reduced by about 25 to 30% upon getting this software. The other thing is, this has also helped us in developing an overall analytical approach to the way we run our company. Today we have an 18 to 20 member data analytics team, and we are probably the biggest data analytics team across the industry. This helps us to run the business in a very risk-measured, data-driven approach rather than, to a certain extent, a non-data approach. So the entire digitalization strategy, in our view, has been a complete game changer as far as Aadhar is concerned. Moving on, the biggest raw material, as Mukesh said, to run the company is obviously money. Happy to state that if you look at our overall borrowing mix, if you look at March 21 versus December 23, in 2.5 years, we have moved the needle very well in terms of having a very, very diversified and a very stable mix. Today, 27% of our overall borrowing mix comes from National Housing Bank. National Housing Bank, who is also a regulator, is one of a good source of providing funding to the industry. They provide the lowest cost of funds to the entire industry and is the lowest cost of funds sitting on our balance sheet. Our overall dependency on bank term loans has dropped from 62% to 55%, and the balance 18 to 20% comes from NCDs. We also had a 740 crore rupee loan which has come from IFC, which is to a certain extent a green loan that we have taken from IFC. We work with almost all the biggest public sector, private sector, and even foreign banks in India, and we also work with almost all the big mutual fund houses when it comes to raising funds in the form of NCDs in India. The other important part, and which is very, very vital for running a company in a very profitable manner, is a proportion of book which is fixed and which is floating. When I say fixed and floating, in terms of interest rates. If you look at it, 83% of our overall assets today is floating interest rate. I can reprice the customer, and 78% of my borrowing, 79% of my borrowings is floating interest rate. So in that sense, whatever interest rate is changed by a bank to me, I am able to pass it on to my customer. Just for information, we have passed on 125 bips to customer over the last 18 months. We did a 50 bips increase in our rates in October 22, and we did a 75 bips increase in rates in the month of April 23. These rates pass on to the customer was also because either we had already got on a pass on from our banks or were expecting a pass on from the banks in the near future. Going forward, we run a very positive ALM across our buckets. There has been absolutely no dependence on any short-term instruments. We have not done commercial paper borrowing for the last 4 to 5 years since we started the journey with Blackstone. It's a very stringent policy that we run on ALM. Going to financials, I'll quickly take you through the financials. All of us have touched. If you look at the way our disbursements have grown, our AUM have grown, and the entire profitability has been grown. It has been a very good and a very strategic growth which has happened over the last 4 to 5 years. Purely on disbursements, if I do a comparison between December 22 and December 23, which is there in front of you, our disbursements have gone up by 24%. Our AUM has gone up by 21%. The profit after tax has gone up by 35%. The profit after tax that we have generated for 9 months is almost equal to the annual profit after tax which we have generated for the full financial year last year. I think Rishi already mentioned this point. In terms of cost to income ratio, we believe we are one of the best driven cost to income ratio companies in the country. We currently commit at less than 37%, and we believe that we have the capability to run this company in the range that you always see in the background of the cost to income that we have done. This is in spite of our extensive branch network. This is in spite of the digitization and analytics program that we said we have already undertaken. So most of the important costs are already behind and baked into this cost to income ratio. The other important thing is NPA. You can build a book, but it really what depends is how good the book has been built. Very happy to state that if you look at it right through whatever periods or upheavals as Mukesh started off, be it COVID, be it the entire saga of the DHFL sell-off, we have maintained a very good NPA levels. If you look at our levels of NPA, it is a very good level, and in fact it is equal or better than most of the peers' delivery on NPA numbers. Coming to ROAs and ROEs, we are the best deliverers of ROAs and ROEs in the industry. Our profit is the highest in the industry. Our ROAs and ROEs are one of the highest in the industry. 4.2% ROA, resulting in 18.4% ROE is best of class, if not the best. And last is the debt to net worth. We work on a 3.1x debt to net worth. We believe we will always be in the range of 3 to 4 times debt to net worth. We don't want to be a significantly higher over leveraged company. This is Aadhar for you, and we open up for any questions that we have. Before that, I hand over to Amit. Amit, you want to do it now or how is it?
No, we take the
We'll take the questions. Thank you very much.